Mike, I could barely sleep last night knowing that we were going to talk to you today about dreams and detours, reflecting on the souvenirs of a lifetime. This book is absolutely beautiful. So let's get down to business. Who or what inspired you to write this?
Well, I've been a writer in, the advertising business for 30 years. Written 1,000 scripts for banks and real estate companies and cars and you name it. And I've always dabbled in poetry and short stories and things like that. And so it just felt like the time was right. If not now, when,
Mm-hmm.
My wife made the suggestion that we take it from my original idea of a little simple book of poetry to a coffee table worthy book. And then, of course, the hospice angle. We're donating some of the proceeds to hospice, HCI.
And I need to ask you, why are they so near and dear to you?
Well, I'll try to make it a quick story. Gail's mother passed away in 1987 and had a wonderful hospice nurse. And Gail was so inspired, she took the training and she's been a volunteer for 25 years now.
Wow, so you're donating some of the proceeds.
Right.
Perfect. So let's talk about the book. What is it about? You said you've gotten some mixed reviews. Some people say it's really uplifting and other people say it's kind of dark, Mike.
Well, I think it's in the eye of the beholder like anything else, but it's a thinking person's book. There's some light stuff and some dark stuff and some in-between stuff. But what life hasn't seen light and dark?
Mm-hmm.
When you write this kind of stuff, I think you have to be really honest with the reader and lay it out there, warts and all.
Well, you have been a role model to me.
Oh.
And so I have some questions for you, just
Okay.
on a side note.
Sure.
Who would you say your role model is?
Who is my role model? It's a hybrid of 3 or 4 people, including my father.
What makes you nervous?
I'm not as nervous in front of camera as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
What makes me nervous is not being prepared, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my last question is, how do you want to be remembered?
There's a poem in the book. It's called If the Plane Goes Down. The gist of that poem is I want to be the best father I can be, the best husband I can be, and hopefully I try to be the best man I could be.
I really think you will be remembered for all those things, and this book is going to be something else that you'll be remembered for. And I have read a couple excerpts, but I'd love for you to read a little bit if you'd like to.
I would love to. Thank you. This is called God Speaks to Me. When a new song is the biggest thing in my life, when the unencumbered love of a child burns my eyes with tears, when an old woman's face is in peaceful acceptance, when a painting evokes an abstract sadness. I laugh about it being October in my life. I'm hoping it's the 3rd and not the 31st. This is called October. The twirling of a leaf stem in her fingers, the crunch of dry leaves under his feet. In the chill air, the sun peeks through a golden canopy, warming her face as she takes his kiss, delicate and brief, their passions on hold. Did you ever wait decades for an apology that never came? Or were you the one who didn't offer the apology for decades? Decades collect dust like old newspapers, and the apology waits impatiently like a dog for its run. Mostly they both die of old age.
Mike, beautiful poetry, amazing pictures. So if people want to get a hold of the book, where can they go?
Several ways. You can go to my website, MikePaceEnterprises.com, and there's a link there to the Iowans website. Or you can find it at lots of the bookstores around town, Beaverdale Books, the Arts Center, Tandem Brick, Plain Talk, Found Things.
Perfect coffee table book. What do I have to do to get you to sign it for me?
It would be pretty easy. I would love to.
Thank you, Mike.